On the 11th of April 1909, a city was formed. A city was formed to be a suburb of another city. And that other city name is Jaffa. We may know it as Jaffa. It's where you get the oranges from. You may remember when you were a little kid getting oranges and they had stickers on it and it said Jaffa on it. Yep. Well, anyway, the other city that was formed to be a suburb of Jaffa, in my opinion, is the best city in the whole of Israel. It's a very open-minded city. They tolerate gays, transgender people. They tolerate straight people. They tolerate lots. But it's also got the good, the bad, the ugly. There's homelessness. There is a little bit of prejudice. And there's a little bit of everything you'd probably get in most big cities in the world. But it's a beautiful city. It's right by the beach. It's got great nightclubs. It's got great cafes. It's just got a beautiful vibe to it. That's my opinion, at least. And I'm walking through that city right now, and it's my first time back in 9 years. And its name is Tel Aviv. Now, if you'd like to know a little bit more of Tel Aviv, as I rediscover the city that got me out of trouble. I was lost and found, I guess, in this city. I had just had immigration problems in the United States and I was going through a very hard time. But I spent a lot of drunken nights, soul-searching nights here in this city. There was even a terrorist attack a few times when I was there. And one time, after the terrorist attack, I was so drunk I woke up on the beach and found some friends and ate my first Kentucky Fried Chicken I had in over a year. And that's another story, okay? But if you want to know more about this city, stick around. Hi, my name is Steve Morgan, and from the age of 16, when I left home, I've had some crazy adventures. It's been the good, the bad and the ugly. And that's why I decided to do Morgan's World, to share those journeys with you. To keep up to date with my life's journeys, please like and subscribe to my channel below. Welcome to my world. Okay, so it's late at night and I'm walking down a street called Allenby. And Allenby is a street that was very full of bars last time I was here. Now, I know in most cities around the world, the bar scene does move about a little bit. It goes from one part of the city to the other part of the city. But look, let me turn the camera around, okay? You can't see much because it's all construction. But on both sides of the road, it's pretty much derelict buildings, okay? And I don't know, is it because the war in Israel is affecting the tourism? It's probably got something to do with it. And plus, people probably have a few less shekels in their pocket to spend. Now, Allenby Street got its name from Viscount Allenby, and he was a general when this country, Israel, was still under the British rule. And it may have been named Palestine back then, or the Palestine Mandate or something, I don't know, but you get the drift. Okay, so I'm going to one of my favorite bars in the world, all right? And it is just around the corner there. Its name is Mike's Place. Mike's Place, however, if it's still there, it's not the original spot from when I knew it. It just moved down a few meters or whatever, or a few buildings down. But it was bombed by British Islamic terrorists on the 30th of April 2003. And I remember being in Newton, Texas and watching it on the news. I don't know, was it CNN or Fox News? Probably Fox News, because I was at my ex-wife's place and she's a big Fox News fan. Okay, and I was there with her best friend Elise, who happens to be Jewish as well, but that's got nothing to do with it. But we were just saying how terrible it was for the bombing. I never knew that about 2 years later, that place that I saw in the news that I had known nothing about it would become one of my favourite bars in the whole world. Alright, so, alright. That is the beach. That was one of my favourite beaches in the world until I went to visit my cousin earlier this year in Mackay, Australia, and I went to New Haven Beach, and God, I mean, you can't beat the atmosphere in the beaches there, but as far as beautiful scenery goes, well, I'm sorry, yeah, that was my favourite beach until I saw Mackay Beach in Australia, and that probably has taken over for scenery, but just having a good laugh and the atmosphere, this is an awesome beach. That's one of the things I like about Tel Aviv. And right there in the distance, exactly where my finger is pointing, that would be like a church tower. I can't remember the name of the church exactly. I want to say St. Peter's, but I'm not 100% sure if that is the name. I will find out soon if I was right or wrong. But that is Jaffa, a town, a city I absolutely love. It's probably the most romantic part of Israel, in my opinion, and that's all part of the Tel Aviv Jaffa that I love, and it is just so good to be back. I want to repeat it, it is just so effing bloody good to be back in this city. Okay, even though there's nobody about, but it is about 1 o'clock in the morning, but you know, shame there ain't more people, right? So right in front of me is the Sheraton Hotel, and I know Mike's place is near the Sheraton. And when I was down on my luck, I used to love to go to the Sheraton Hotel because I would pretend that I was part of the furniture, and I would always pick the shiniest red apple and I would leave with it. Oh, I'm so sorry, I did steal an apple, you know. But anyway, I did what I had to do to survive, you know. I tell you, this was the land of milk and honey and blessings for me. It helped me just with the little kinds of blessings. I was so happy. It made me so grateful. Obviously, it'll take a lot more than that to make me happy today, but at the time, it worked a wonder. Okay, let me turn the camera around again. There is Mike's place. Probably no one in it, but I'm gonna say right down there, or possibly where it says Villa Mari, was the original Mike's place. But here it is. They may not even serve me a beer. They look like they're closing. I see the guy out there packing away the chairs. He's probably had a very disappointing night, but I'll come back tomorrow if that's the case, or definitely before I leave Israel. Yeah, it definitely looks like it's closing. Shit, what can you do? Oh well. Maybe a few people in there. Are you still open, mate? Yeah. Oh, come on, one drink? Bavakasha? No drink. So I've made it to the famous Mike's place, and the place is bloody close. And I'm wearing one of their t-shirts, and I have kept it for years because the owner had told me I'll get a 15% discount, but that discount no longer exists. I was told by an employee. But however, he's going to do me a special offer, and because he's such a nice guy, he said he will give me a discount. What's your name, mate?
Asaf.
Asaf? Nice to meet you, buddy.
Nice to meet you, man.
Very nice to meet you. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. We're going to party hard.
We're going to party hard, and you know, this, I've already mentioned in my video, but this is one of my favourite pubs in the whole world. Definitely my favourite pub in Israel. It is an awesome place.
Well, tomorrow you can show them why.
Yeah. So, Lila Tov. Okay, so I found this pub open, and I'm chatting to this really lovely Texan guy, but he works for the US Embassy. So I'm gonna paint his video of it. It's the car. Sorry, what's your name?
Daria.
Zaria. What's the name of this bar?
Barnaby Bar.
Barnaby Bar.
Because it's on Barnaby Street.
I knew there was a Barnaby Street. Alright, we'll keep this American guy out of it because he is in the embassy. I've got the top of his hat on. I got his hat. That's all I'm getting. Alright, yeah, because he works for the embassy. L'chaim, I'll put your pint glass here, mate. There you go. Cheers, L'chaim. So, right when I thought all the nightlife was finished in Tel Aviv and it's gone to hell, but our place is still open, alright? So don't give up on this city. Off my head. Good evening, and I'm pretty much at the same spot or the same part of the beach that I was yesterday evening when I wrapped up before I went to the bar. But anyway, this kind of gives you an indication. It is getting on to the evening or the night time, but this gives you an indication of how beautiful this beach is and the activity that goes on in the beach. I mean, just look at the sunset in the distance. I mean, people clap when they're Ibiza for the sunset, but you know what? They do the same thing here, okay? Right over there, usually on Shabbat, there's a whole bunch of drums and bongos being played and people are just like banging away to the music. And some people clap for the sunset because you know what? That is a beautiful sunset. And now you know why I like this beach so much. Okay, so underneath this shirt, I do have a vest, and I'm going to go for a nice sweaty jog, and I'm going to jog all the way to Jaffa, right there, and I'm going to see if I can find some of the old haunts I used to hang out in. Okay, so I finished my jog and I've made it into Jaffa, and I'm going to a more developed part of it, you know. Over the years, money has been spent in it. I actually prefer it when it was the old school, when it was like absolutely run down, but it's becoming a more kind of yuppie, affluent area, I guess you could say, but it is what it is. I don't read Hebrew, but I may have to have my bag searched. Shalom. You want to search my bag? This is the state of Israel, you know. Everywhere you go, you've got to have your bag searched and scanned. Tuda, nice to meet you, man. Alright, so yeah, just everybody looks like they're setting up for an evening of fun. And they've got security on the other side. This is just what, and this was before the war, I can tell you. This is the way it's been. But down there, that is the Jaffa I remember, okay? But it's, most of the shops are closed for the evening, or they no longer exist. Hello. And I absolutely love this place. I mean, you can't really get a feel for it now without the people and the daytime, but it used to just be absolutely awesome. They would have stalls here and they'd be selling half bottles of vodka. So yeah, like I was saying, they'll be selling half bottles of vodka. They would have like a rusted alarm clocks, and I used to like to play a joke. I'd be like, oh, that looks good. How much? And they'd be like 10 shekels. And then some guy would come running out of anywhere saying, it's an antique, 100 shekels. And honestly, it weren't even worth 1 shekel. It was a rusted alarm clock that didn't even work, but they'd sell anything. Who would buy a half a bottle of vodka? I don't know. I mean, you've got to be pretty desperate. But that is what I loved about this place. The stuff here, that's actually luxury compared to some of the stuff, you know, they used to have.
Big shop.
Big shop?
Go inside and see good stuff, very old pieces.
I know, man. Antiques, yeah. Any alarm clocks? Rusted alarm clocks? No.
Go inside.
I'll have a look later.
Do it.
Ta-da, Rabba.
Welcome.
So, yeah. It is not like it used to be. And when I would be lost, there's a word. There's a word, like when I was lost in this town, okay? There's a word that I always use in Hebrew, and it's called shuk. And shuk means market. But if you want to get even more technical, you can say shuk hapish bashin. Shuk hapish bashin. And it means flea market. Shalom. Slika. Do you know where the old Jaffa hostel is? Which, that one there?
Take a left, Amiyad 13.
Oh, Tada. Okay, I'm going to show you a hostel I used to stay in, and it was awesome. Okay, used to be a mental health place at one point, maybe 100 years ago, and then it became a Mossad centre where they probably like tortured the fuck out of people, and then it was a hostel, and it was a bit of a crazy hostel. It was like I'd sleep in a room with 14 people, and it'd absolutely stink. Oh god, it stunk to high heaven. So I'd have to get drunk as a skunk just so I could go to sleep and bear the smell. And then on a Friday morning, somebody would be going along in the market in a van, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, and they'd be waking me the fuck up. And I'd be like, oh my god, that's all I want to do is sleep. Anyway, enough about that. Let's find this hostel. Hey! I know this place. My friend used to own this. I'm looking for my friend. I think he owned this place. He used to be at the hostel.
No, it's not here.
What was his name? I forgot. Huh?
Stop.
Yeah.
Donor, it's not here.
Oh yeah, lovely guy. He's still got the place. It's brilliant. Awesome.
No, it's my place. It's not here.
Oh, it's your place there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you, man. Whoa. What is this place? Is this the fucking hostel? Right. So I was right by the record shop. This is the hostel I used to stay in. I'm going to see if I can blag going inside and see what I can do. Okay, so no one was answering the bell right there, but yeah, they've probably gone home for the evening. But I've got so many stories about this place. It was called the Old Jaffa Hostel, and yeah, it was brilliant. I used to sneak into there. Okay, so what I'd do is my friends would get a room. We'd all volunteer, you know, on an army base, if I gotta be honest, all right? And we'd have the weekends off. And I'd wash dishes on a Saturday, and they would just chill on the beach and have fun. And I didn't even have money to sleep anywhere. So we had the code, and I would go out and we'd have a good time. Well, maybe I'm lying a little bit. I'd probably have money for a few beers. But I'd come back late at night and I'd sneak in, sleep up on the roof. And before the staff got there, I'd, you know, I'd have disappeared. But it's okay because I brought them so much business, so I don't feel too guilty about it. So my drunken nights coming back from Mike's place or wherever I was, and if I wasn't using the word Shukka Pish Pashim, I would head for the clock tower, and this is the I would head for right there. It was built in 1900. Okay, so it's not too much of a skyscraper, but if I could see that little thing pointing up in the air, or if I knew I was close to being back home. And they had look, they've got a mosque up there, but I don't remember it being lit up. And somewhere along here, they have the best shawarma in the world. And I am not bloody joking. It is the best shawarma in the whole world. I've eaten shawarma everywhere. Unless the place no longer exists, but you know, I am recommending it as the best shawarma place in the whole world. You know, they would give you as much salad as you wanted, and you know, you help yourself, so all you're doing is paying for a kebab, and you can have as many plates as shawarma as you want. And I don't see it, so I think it's no longer in existence. What a shame. Honestly, was the best. Right, so Jaffa is mostly Arab, Israeli Arab, which would be Muslim, but you've got Christian ones as well. But over the years, it's becoming a bit of a mixture of Jews and Arab Israelis. But like I said, Tel Aviv was a newer city than Jaffa, and it was built to be a suburb of this city. How crazy is that, eh? Because Tel Aviv has really taken off over the years. Okay, a bit of good news. I think I have found that shawarma place, and it is honestly the best shawarma in the whole world. They give you salt salads. Hello there. Shalom. Shalom. How are you? Salam alaikum. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. Look how juicy that shawarma is. You do not get that in the UK. You get shite meat. That is the best meat. You can tell that animal was killed recently. And you know, you got your hummus, and you got all your stuff there. You can help yourself to as much as this, and I can promise you it tastes better than it looks. There's nothing better than aubergine or eggplant, as they say in the United States, than that. Hello there, yeah, I'll take a shawarma, please. Huh? Yeah, one shawarma, please.
One shawarma now?
Yeah.
No problem, it's okay.
So I've pretty much got this whole dining section to myself, except for some people might be walking in now. But look at this. I've got turkey here, and I've never had a turkey shawarma before. All I've ever had is chicken or beef, and I've got a few little side dishes. If I wanted more onions or anything, I could have asked for it. You know, I'm a bit shy about people watching me eat, but here we go. I stand by my choice. This is the best shawarma restaurant in the whole world, and I need to find out the name. I'm gonna ask him. I can't leave this place without knowing the name. Excuse me, sir. Just one more thing, please. What is the name of this place?
Ashkil.
Ashkil.
Yeah.
And how do you say in Hebrew?
Ashkil.
Oh, okay, same thing. Okay.
It's Ashkil.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I love it. This is the best shawarma place in the world. So, if you remember earlier in my video, which was actually yesterday, I was talking about a church from a distance, and right behind me is that church. Let me swing the camera around. Okay. And I was right on the money. It is called St. Peter. And it's half Catholic and it's half Orthodox. Well, what I mean is they share it. It's a Catholic church and they share it with the Orthodox faith. And you might be thinking, why is it called St. Peter? Could be called a lot of things, couldn't it? Could be called St. Patrick's, St. Jonathan's, anything, alright? But there's a reason why it's called St. Peter. And the reason is because right around here is a bit of history. I just got to find a place, okay? But Peter in the Bible came here once. He came to Jaffa. And you'll have to go to your Bible to Acts 10:15, roughly. Okay, so let me find a place. And you don't necessarily have to go to your Bible, you just have to trust me. I was once in an immigration prison, and the only thing I was allowed to read was the Bible. So I did remember a thing or two about it. But in Acts 10:15, St. Peter makes a trip to Jaffa, and he stays at the house of Simon the Tanner. Hey, whoa, she's good. I don't think she was around in Peter's day. Now, also, do you remember why I said it's so romantic? This is just a romantic spot. Yes, so you can see why I just think Jaffa is a very romantic city. It's just so beautiful. The architecture and everything. And when you're looking over at the ocean, the Mediterranean Sea. Now, if my memory serves me right, Simon the Tanner's house is down here somewhere. And, you know, you can go on a Holy Land tour off the Middle East or of Israel, and they probably won't show you what I'm about to show you. It's just a little bit of forgotten history. It's not down there, but it's right here. This is where it is. How cool is that? Even if it isn't the place, but I reckon it is, because you can just see the roof right up there. And this is Simon the Tanner's house. And I've actually been inside that house. It's the Zacharian family, and they've owned it for centuries. So this might be Billy Basics to some people, but you might be thinking, why can Christians eat all kinds of foods when Jews can't? And all the disciples were Jews originally. Well, the answer's right there. Simon the Tanner's house, just behind me. So St. Peter got a vision in Acts 10:15. Now, I'm not saying it could be just a tale, it could be a fairy tale, it could be a made-up story, or it could be truth, the truth, however you want to take it, that's up to you and that's your choice. But in Acts 10:15 of the Bible, it says that St. Peter got a vision. And he got a vision saying that all food can be eaten. And that is why Christians are allowed to have shellfish and pork and cheeseburgers. You know, that is milk and dairy. So there you go. That's a little bit of biblical history and a little bit of perhaps the Christian faith, how we evolved from Judaism. But in my opinion, we should, if you're a Christian, you should still kind of keep some of the Jewish traditions. It's very important because Jesus was a Jew and he wasn't ashamed of being one. So that might come as news to some of you anti-Semitic Christians out there, and there are a few of them. Adolf Hitler was one of them. So another interesting a biblical fact or a biblical tale about Jaffa was, we've all heard the story about Jonah and the whale. Well, Jonah set off to sail to a city called Nineveh. I think it'd be in modern day Spain. But instead of going to Nineveh, he went to a place called Jaffa, and he went on a ship, and the ship capsized, I think, or they threw him over, and the whale swallowed him. And well, anyway, Jaffa was Jaffa in the Bible. Okay, so this is pretty much where this video is going to end. It's a tale of two cities. You got Jaffa, what I'm walking on right now, and right in front of me, right there, how you doing? Right in front of me is Tel Aviv. So it's like a tale of two cities. Okay, you got Jaffa and you got Tel Aviv, and it's like they got married. It's like they got married and they became one great city. Regardless, or whatever you think, if you got a favourite, if you like Jaffa or if you like Tel Aviv, I absolutely love them both. To me, it's just one city. You know, it's got the good, the bad, the ugly. It's got everyone in it, and it is pretty cool. And right there is Tel Aviv. So like I was saying, alright, this video is just about to end, but I've got a couple of local lads who are all having a good time. Lads, you got anything to say?
Subscribe. اشتركوا بالقناة. Subscribe, like.
Okay, well there you go, alright? They said you got to subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you all on the next journey. And actually, one last thing. I've already shown you the best shawarma place in the whole of Israel. Well, I'm going to show you the best alcohol place in the whole of Israel. And it's right here in Jaffa, and it's right by the shawarma place. Okay? Boss, how's it going? It's owned by Christian Arabs, and this is the best alcohol place. Hey buddy, how you doing? Good to see ya. This is the best alcohol place in the whole of Israel. It is, because I'll tell you why it is, because I've been here many times and it saved my bloody life. Not my liver, but on a Friday they used to give out samples, okay, of like wine or tequila or whatever, and I'd always go in there and I'd sample everything, okay. I was poor, I was broke, and then I'd do anything for a drink, and I'd usually end up buying maybe a few energy drinks, but never a bottle of wine or anything because I couldn't afford it. Anyway, you've heard how I got red apples for free. You've heard how I used to sleep in the hostel for free. You heard how I probably ate my breakfast, lunch and dinner all in one sitting in the shawarma place. You heard how I made the most out of the alcohol, okay? So those days are gone, but I haven't forgotten it, okay? So please, yeah, once again, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Think about subscribing if you haven't already, because there's plenty more to come, all right? And definitely see you all on the next journey. There is a fucking rat right here in Tel Aviv, Jaffa. Massive. Look at him. Look at him. All the cats they got, and none of them are doing their job. Bloody hell. What happened to all the stray cats? Look at him. You nasty little rat. Look at ya.